Hello, welcome back to the vlog. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you have all had a great November. I took some time off, some much needed time off actually from content creation because I just needed a hard reset. And when you do this every single day, both on Instagram, by the way, at Matt.LaMarsh, LaMarsh on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere else, you can connect with me there. We do daily videos. So if once a week is not enough, you can go get daily content there. So anyway, hope you had a great November though. I thought I would bring you up to speed on everything that happened in November because it's been a busy month and yeah, we got a lot to cover. So let's get right into it. I'll have to go back and look and see if I gave you a complete rundown of the garage. I'm 99% sure I did, but if I did not, or if this is the first video you're watching, hi, welcome, Matt LaMarsh here in Atlanta, Georgia, Porsche enthusiast, husband and father. Yeah, wife's car, my car, husband, father. So, and Porsche enthusiast, which by the way, I don't think I shared these with you. Check these out. Amazing. Look, they just look so sweet. So if you don't know, the retrofit source, Morimoto, is here in Atlanta, and they just created these beautiful things. So there's a projector in there, and then there's like 4 little LED, kind of like a more modern Porsche look. And they just look phenomenal. And then the performance, of course, is amazing. I don't think I've shown you that yet, but if I have, I'll apologize. I really should go back and look at what content I've created in the last month because I'm sure I'm missing a lot of things, but I'm also touching twice or 3 times on things. But anyway, so that's that. The garage is done. Again, I think I've already run into that, but it's all finished and it's actually got leaves in it now because wind's blowing and fall leaves thing. Okay, so November was a really good month. I had a buyer under contract, actually like since May or June. It was a while. It was a new construction deal. And it was his first home, actually, first townhome. So he bought that. We closed on that early November. I took a guys' weekend. Every year, me and a bunch of guys from high school and college and friends and family all get together and we go somewhere remote, typically without phones, active phones at least. But anyway, that was nice. That was the first week of November. And then the second week I was down at the National Association of Realtors NXT event in Orlando, Florida. Got to meet a ton of new people, got to see a ton of my friends and referral partners from the network and stuff. And it was really just a great time. I really underestimated how much fun I would have. That it was a ton of fun. We also went to Universal Islands of Adventure. They rented out the entire park for 12,000 realtors or something. Not all of them came, but you get what I'm saying. And then the next night, we went to SeaWorld and they rented that entire thing out. It was amazing. So, but really good learning as well. Jay Shetty, if you know him, think like a monk, books, podcast, huge media personality, if you will, was there and gave a keynote speech, did a phenomenal job, and funny too, really funny. So anyway, third week of November, I got COVID. Not much to share there. I'm alive, I guess. That's worth sharing. Just brutal, but fortunately only 4 or 5 really bad days of it. But I'll spare you the details. And then the week of Thanksgiving, we spent down in Hilton Head, which, by the way, if you don't know, we also have a Hilton Head Island channel specific to real estate in Hilton Head, and we talk about the trends and what's happening there. We show you property tours, which is awesome because you don't really get behind the gates in a lot of these communities. I get you behind the gates. So whether you're looking to spend $500,000 or 50 million there, we can help you with that. So I'll make sure we link that down below. But then also, I just completely took the rest of the month off as far as content goes, because again, daily stories at Matt LaMarsh, at Matt.LaMarsh on Instagram. Every single day, I like storytell. I try to, bring you guys some value. I want to make it entertaining and engaging and informative, and I want to share there, obviously, but I also do put a lot of time and effort into that, and it's just exhausting. It takes a lot of work. And then we got 3 YouTube channels, so there's a lot of video stuff going on. I just needed a break, just to stop, but also to build kind of a new strategy around Instagram and YouTube and Clubhouse and all these other social media platforms that I use to not just get business, but also to share and engage and build a community around people that enjoy what I do here. So, but we got a lot of a lot of great feedback on the content, which I really appreciate. Anytime anyone comes up to me, whether it's another agent, consumer, like doesn't matter, and says, you know, I really appreciate what you do, or I enjoy your stories, or I enjoy the YouTube channel, that really means so much to me because I do work really hard on this stuff. And now we're financially investing as well into the content here. So I'm super grateful for that. So if you've ever come up and said anything nice to me about the content, I genuinely appreciate it. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I've just been doing this for 8 years, and now it just feels a lot more natural to talk to my phone or my camera and my phone and share, you know, what's going on, what's happening. And so that's why we created the other YouTube channel specific to lead generation for North Atlanta. So we have a whole channel called Living in North Atlanta, and we cover anywhere from like Midtown to like Milton, Alpharetta area, all the way from like Smyrna Vinings, all the way over to like Norcross, Doraville, and everywhere in between. So if you're not aware, 1 video a week per channel is what has been happening, and then Instagram and YouTube and or Clubhouse and all that stuff on top of that. So that's that. That's why we had to just kind of take a break and like press pause, re-strategize, and then here we are again. So thank you for bearing with me over the last month or so as there was no content, but we do have the boat is here. Can you focus? Okay, there you go. So the boat's here now. Since we expanded our driveway a little bit, I thought it would make sense to bring it here, and my cousin needed space in his garage back. So if you don't know the full backstory there, I'll share that in the next video probably, where we talk about that boat and its significance and why it's here, but also what we're gonna do with it, and the history and the future, all that type of stuff. So that should be fun as well. But I think that's really it for now. Oh, we do have one listing under contract right now up in Grayson, Georgia. It was like an investor property. That guy actually came out of California, and I sold another house for them a year or two ago that was right across the street. It had been in their family for a long time, but we do have that under contract. I think it's closing next Friday, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, business is still moving and happening. I didn't want you guys to think that like just because videos weren't coming out, we're not doing business. We're doing business. Other thing about the Porsche stuff, so if you're not connected to the Atlanta Porsche Enthusiasts on Facebook, highly recommend. If you're in Atlanta, if you're a Porsche enthusiast, you don't have to own one, you don't have to have one. You could just be engaged and want one, and because we all wanted one at one point, and then some of us got them, and then some of us got other things. But if you're interested, we do drives and stuff, and so our next drive's on December 11th, I think this will be out. But we do drives and charity things, and you know, just try to get out and engaged in that car community. So there's that. And next year, I think we'll probably do 3 or 4, you know, call them larger events where we have more people but less frequent. I think that's what I can manage next year. We'll see, but there's like 2,300 members now in that group, so it's an amazing community of people that know these cars inside and out, know the pros and the cons, and what year you should buy, and what colors are popular, and resale, and investments, and so on and so forth. So if you haven't joined that, I'll also leave that down in the comments. Mr. Editor, please make sure we do that as well. So, I think that's it. Let me see. Nope, that's not it. I just remembered one other thing. My referrals have been blowing up, and I'm super grateful. I'm super appreciative to every agent out there, every person that I've done business with, referring my name out there. Even if you're here and you and I will never do business, we can still do business through your friends and family and colleagues and everything else. And it's why I do YouTube, honestly. Like, this personal vlog is really to share like more about my life and what we do here and how I like to work on things and boats and cars and whatever else, what I'm into. But also I hope you find some sort of value in that. I don't know that there is any, but the growing subscriber count and view count tell me that there is something. So if there's anything here that you find valuable, I'd love to hear from you down in the comments what you like about this channel, what you're getting from it. Anyway, the referrals have been great for the last like month. We've got like 5 referrals out and 6 referrals in, which is unbelievable to me. So those are coming from people that live here in Sandy Springs or in Atlanta, Georgia, that are constantly putting my name in front of people for real estate conversations to create, referral opportunities. But it's also from agents. So I do have I'm giving the editors a lot of work today, but I'm going to leave a form down below. If you're an agent and you want to join my referral network where I pass referrals to you and you pass referrals to me, it's a phenomenal part of this business that I don't think enough people are talking about, but I've really worked hard on that for the last year, not just through content, but also through going to conferences like EVX in April or March. If you were here, you saw the vlog from that. Just building relationships with other agents that have people moving to Atlanta. And by the way, we were talking about this last night at our holiday party. There's a ton of people moving from Florida to the North Georgia mountains, which we now have an office there, by the way. So referrals have been amazing for this month so far. And if it's any indication of stuff to come next year, I am thrilled about that. Referral business is amazing. And I just could not feel more blessed. It is something we've been working on, but it's also taken a lot of time and effort and money to build that referral system out as well. So if you're an agent watching this, hit me up down in the comments here and let me know where you are, where you're from. Would love to hop on a call sometime, get to know you and your business a little bit more, because I do have people constantly moving, and especially through LinkedIn, where we're repurposing a lot of this content and sharing, my referral network with people. I constantly get people that are looking for their colleagues, their friends, their family to move from Atlanta to somewhere else. And so I love to have as many options for them as possible to go and, find people that will help them and serve them at the highest level possible. So if you want to join that, there's a Google form, super easy. And then we'll hop on a call sometime and I'll get to know you a little more. You get to know me a little more, how I like to work, what I expect, what you can expect from me, so on and so forth. Part B of that is that because of those referrals, I now have 10 buyers that I'm working with. So while there's been a little shift here in the market locally in Atlanta, and shift being relative compared to the last 2 years, interest rates being in the 2s and 3s was never sustainable. That was never going to remain forever, right? I think we all knew that. But when interest rates go up to 7, it's the whole market just slams on the brakes, buyers and sellers. So sellers are now going, well, my neighbor sold for $600,000. Why is my house not worth $600,000? Well, because it's not. And then buyers are going, well, now I'm paying double the interest that I was even from 6 months ago. Why should I buy a house now? And I don't. These are all valid questions, by the way. I'm not discounting or judging anyone out there. Everyone has to make their own decisions for whatever reasons they make them. But I will tell you that when both buyers and sellers hit this pause button or slam on the brakes, now it feels like nothing's happening. Now, there are still homes getting sold every single day. Don't get that twisted. But the quality of the homes that are on the market right now, I've looked at 40 homes in the last week, 7 to 10 days, because I'm working with 10 buyers. And it's bananas how crappy the inventory is. And I don't use crappy very often, but it's pathetic.
Disappointed!
How shoddy some of these houses have been put together, and honestly, just the quality of just normal stuff, cosmetic stuff, super simple things. Now, roofs and HVAC, all that stuff is going to come out in inspection, but my goodness, it is rough out there. And with these buyers that we're working with now, it's tough to convince them that any of these are a good decision. But we press on because they have to make moves, and now we're under the gun on a couple of these. So hopefully January and February, we see a lot of new, good quality inventory come on, and forget interest rates. People got to move every single day. Do not let interest rates scare you. Go ask your parents, if you're my age, 40-ish, go ask your parents about what interest rates were when they bought their first house, and you'll see that 6 and 7% actually really good. And in addition, I hate the marry the house, date the rate thing, but I have said it, and I think it's a really good philosophy actually. If you love a house, if you find a house that you love right now, and you go and you buy that house at 7%, if interest rates come down, you have the opportunity to refinance. Now, it's not free, it's not always easy, it's not always possible, it doesn't always make sense. But if they go down significantly, it will make sense. And here we are in our house 11 years later, we haven't changed interest rates because we got kind of in the middle. We're 3.85, 3.875, something like that. So we're not in a bad spot, but we could have refinanced it 2.5, 2.9, whatever it got down to. But we chose not to. It just wasn't worth it to us. And a lot of people call that irresponsible or whatever, and you might be right, but it wasn't worth it. It didn't add up. But do not be fooled or tricked by the current interest rates. They are temporary. They will go down. They will go back up. That's what happens. This is a cyclical thing, but the outlook for 2023 is actually very bright for Atlanta real estate, so I'm not worried about it at all. But if there's ever any other real estate stuff that you have questions about, hit me down in the comments, or all my contact is also down in the info description here. Contact, email, phone number, carrier pigeon, smoke signals, or you can schedule a Zoom as well up in the little channel art here. If you have any questions about that, if you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in real estate in the Atlanta area, anywhere in North Atlanta, I can help you there. Anywhere in South Atlanta, we can also help you. We have a great team here of about 140 agents that cover literally all over Georgia now, not just Atlanta. So, and then also in Hilton Head. Obviously, we mentioned the channel earlier, and so we can do that. We have an amazing team down there, about 25 agents, I think. We sent 3 referrals down there, and I think we closed 4 referrals went down, 3 got closed. So we can help you there. But honestly, genuinely, across the country and really now across the world, we have a global network of all of these amazing advisors that we can help you with. So anyway, I think that's enough for one video to kind of catch you guys up on what's been going on. The next couple of videos here, though, we'll talk about the boat, and we'll talk about business and a couple other things that we got going on, and we'll do the Porsche drive next week. But if there's any other ideas that you have for videos, though, or things that you've found useful or helpful in the past, I'd love to hear from you down in the comments below as well. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, though, what are you doing? Hit the subscribe button, hit the little thumbs up. I need as much as engagement here to get this thing going again, and I really do appreciate your patience with me getting back on the horse and getting back into it. I just needed a break, and I think we're gonna come back bigger and stronger than ever. So have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Goodbye.